Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm pretty excited to share all the details of our recent trip to Hawaii. In case if you haven't seen our Instagram stories, we have spent 7 nights and 8 days in Honolulu Island. In this video we can talk about all the fun stuff we have done there and why we had to take Aura to the hospital. Yes, that's an unfortunate thing that happened during this trip. I think we have learned some hard lessons during this vacation. I can't wait to share more tips to the parents that are planning such trips in the future. So let's get started. While we are boarding the flight, as you see, let me start by saying some of the flight details. We live near Seattle area, so Tacoma is the closest airport that had direct flights to Hawaii. We booked our flight tickets 2 months prior to our travel date, and we never flew with Hawaiian Airlines before. This is the first time we're experiencing them. We didn't book a separate seat for Aura because she is still under 2 years old, and if you can manage a 2-year-old kid on your lap for the entire trip, you don't need a separate ticket for them. But I think I would still recommend having a separate seat if you're traveling more than 6 or 7 hours, because it's gonna be pretty difficult to manage them on your lap for the entire trip. Since it was the first flight for Aura, at first we were so nervous, like how she's gonna behave in the plane. Is she gonna cry? Is she gonna vomit? How about the sound? And is she gonna upset anybody sitting around? So we had so many questions in our mind, but surprisingly she did pretty great. I think most of the parents would have the similar anxiety when traveling with kids. Since it was an early morning flight, she didn't have enough sleep at home before coming to the airport, so she slept right before taking off. No vomits, no crying, which was a great start for our vacation. While cruising in the air, they have served us some breakfast options. Unlike international flights, we can't choose what food menu we want, so they have given us pretty standard bread with chicken, a cookie, and some juice, which was okay. One of our friends warned about Hawaiian flight food options before our travel, so luckily Rupini packed some snacks from home, which we enjoyed while watching a Chinese movie. She was pretty bored sitting at one place. She explored the screen. She was wondering who are all these people sitting around. So she actually walked in the aisle for some time and said hi to a bunch of people. She played Cocomelon for some time, played games, and yeah, she was pretty calm entire trip. Actually, if you have YouTube Premium account, you can just download a bunch of videos that your kid likes, just in case if they become cranky during the trip. Here it is. After 6 hours, we landed in Honolulu airport. You can see the weather was pretty awesome. It's not too cold, it's not too hot, just perfect as it should be. Usually parents check in car seats and strollers with them, but we thought it's gonna be pretty heavy with the baby, so we didn't take them with us. But you can always rent them from car rentals. Usually car rentals stay 5-10 minutes away from the airport, so they would have this free shuttle service to take you to the rental place. At this point we are so excited. We are here in the island talking about all the fun stuff we could do for the rest of the day. Believe me or not, the rental services can crush your dreams just like that. The experience we had at the car rental is terrible. Even though we booked our car in advance, it took us 2 hours to get to the car. So basically they didn't have any cars to give, so they were just adjusting the returned cars as they come in. If you are planning to travel in such peak seasons to Hawaii, expect such delays and plan accordingly, especially with babies. We all were super hungry by the time we received the car, so we just drove to the nearest food place and had some food. You can see how fast Ara is eating because she was so hungry. After having some delicious food, we headed straight to the hotel. We stayed in Grand Islander of Honolulu from Hilton Grand Vacations. We booked a queen suite with kitchen, living room, and you can see it's fully furnished, including kitchen appliances and utensils. This is a very nice hotel with some views, and we got it for a very decent price. Basically, this hotel room looks like in a fully furnished apartment in downtowns. You might be wondering how we ended up in this hotel room for a better price. Yes, there is a very long story behind this, and it's gonna be a story time. When Rupini first came to US, I used to live in a very small village. There was nothing to do, so she was pretty bored at the time, so I thought let's take her to Las Vegas and have some fun. We went to Las Vegas and we stayed in one of the Hilton's properties. During our stay, they offered that if you attend a presentation, your hotel price would be significantly low. I convinced Rupini to attend the presentation so that we can spend some money on gambling. When somebody says a presentation, what do you think? You would think a PowerPoint presentation about their hotel, their properties, their assets, etc., right? No. It's a very good marketing strategy that they're using to get people and couple into a room with a bunch of skilled marketing people and try to sell you packages that cost you up to $40,000. Believe me or not, these marketing people are very skilled, very highly skilled. Even if you refuse to take $30,000, $40,000 package, they try to sell you something. They ended up selling us a package that costed us $1,700. They gave us 7,000 Hilton Grand Vacation points and said you can use these points for 1 year anywhere in the world. At the time we were already thinking about going to Hawaii, so we bought this package for $1,800 and it's only valid for 1 year. We came back home from Las Vegas, COVID hit, 2 years we couldn't travel, Rupini was pregnant, we couldn't travel, Aura was born, we couldn't travel. This package was keep extending for last 3.5 years, and they finally said if you don't come this year, we're not extending it anymore. So we finally booked the hotel. Here we are. There are so many grocery stores nearby, so we went to Walmart and got all the groceries that we needed to prepare her food just like home. Especially when you have kids under 2 years or 3 years old, you don't want to feed them outside food every day. Luckily, this package ended up being very decent. We ended up having an apartment-style hotel room, beautiful views, all the appliances in kitchen. It was so useful and so comfortable beds. This Honolulu Hilton property is so huge that you don't actually have to step out to have some fun. They have so many lagoons, swimming pools, water activities, water slides, restaurants, shops, you name it. Within the property they have everything. So we just had our breakfast and we're gonna head over to one of the swimming pools to have some fun. And I'll stop talking for some time and let's have some fun. Time really flies by when you are in the water, playing at the swimming pool. So we have already spent more than half a day near this pool. So now heading back to hotel room to have some delicious Indian food. While going back, we noticed these activities and noted down their timings and prices so that we can plan the next day according to these activities. If you are a nature lover, you like sunsets, sunrises, beach, sand, waves, this is gonna be a heaven for you because this hotel has a beach just 5 minutes walk away. And I see that this is the most happening place within the property. The ambience, the restaurants, and so much activities would happen at night. And I think you can spend at least half a day in this beach and it would be wonderful. If you are planning to spend some time in the beach, don't forget to get these things. So you can get a beach mat, blankets, water shoes, hats, goggles, and some water, snacks. Yeah, so you can buy these very cheaply in Amazon. You don't have to spend so much money for these, but having these would be really helpful, especially with kids. As the sun is setting down, you would see a beautiful sunset like this. This is called golden hour sunsetting. It only lasts like 10-15 minutes like this. So take pictures and videos as much as you can because they would say beautiful pictures are always taken in golden hour. So don't be afraid to take pictures. These are the memories that we look back into. And as the sun is setting down, you would see some activity in the beach. You can walk around, go into the shops, restaurants, and yeah, this would be more fun than you think. We didn't want to rush into doing all the activities in a single day since we had some time. That's all we have done for the day, and we went back to hotel to rest down for the night. The next day morning, we went to do some parasailing activity. It's 900 meters high and it was pretty fun. Here are some clips from that. If you haven't done this activity before, I would highly suggest you to take at least once do this activity, because this is so much fun, so much cool. They sent us up to 900 meters high, and it was pretty quiet up there than compared to the ground, and they tried to dip us into the ocean water for at least once or twice. If you have ocean sickness, motion sickness, please watch out, because the water is going to be so much salty. I accidentally drank some water from this ocean, and after this ride I had to drink a lot of regular water to get out of that vomiting sensation I had for half an hour. This activity costs around $90 per person. If you want to bring your family as an observer, you have to pay additional fee. The overall ride lasts 10 to 15 minutes, and the overall boat ride lasts 1 hour. So we didn't bring actually Aura to this ride because we never know if she had ocean sickness. So Rupini and I were taking turns to take care of Aura. Later that evening, we went to a show called Luau, where they have performed some Hawaiian dances, performances with fire, some awesome delicious food, and it was pretty fun. If you truly want to feel like you are on vacation, attend one of these events in the hotel. Yay! Aloha.
Hi there, welcome. Para children.
With the food, throw your nets out into the sea, and all the amma come swimming to we gotta give them a nice, loud Samoan cheer. And it goes like this. Let me hear that in 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but I want to make sure the people on the other side of the lagoon can hear. One more time in 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your men of fire!
Even Aura enjoyed and liked the show, and you can see they also allowed us to take some pictures after the show. It was pretty sweet of them. That's all we did for the day. We went back to hotel. We spent some time at the swimming pool and hot tub. Decided to drive around the island tomorrow, and there are so many scenic points every 10 minutes, so we'll be taking a look at all the scenic points. It was a beautiful sunny day and I was driving almost all day. She was pretty tired and slept in her car seat, so I didn't want to bother her much. So we skipped a bunch of scenic points and finally reached to this Buddha temple in the evening. And it's pretty peaceful, colorful, and yeah, take a look at it. Overall, it was a pretty beautiful day. We were mostly driving and seeing these scenic points. Each scenic point is located 10 to 15 minutes away from each other, and we spent around 20 minutes at each location to look around and take pictures and videos. So it was a beautiful day, and I highly recommend if you rent a car, drive around the island and look at these beautiful places. The very next day, Rupani wanted to check the shopping mall out, so we went there, which is in Honolulu. You can see it has a beautiful garden and tall trees inside the courtyard. It is pretty awesome place for kids and family. And Aura actually wanted to try these escalators. She never had experience with escalator before, so she was getting on, getting off of the escalator as a game. She was trying to get on, get off, and trying to learn how to use these escalators, which was funny thing to watch. The one thing that we observed during the trip is Aura really likes to spend her time at the water, either swimming pools or sitting at the swimming pools. She really enjoys it. So as soon as she sees the water while walking to the hotel, she's like, "Daddy, mommy, water, water." So even though these swimming pools are public, not safe for all the kids, and we had to spend some time at the swimming pool to calm her down and let her enjoy the vacation. So we spent some time at these public swimming pools. We went back to this lagoon within the Hilton property to do this bicycling. You can actually rent these bikes for an hour for $70. You can also rent out kayaking, tubes. There are so many tools that they have. You can rent out them, and you can spend some time on the lagoon on a sunny day like this. So we took this for an hour, we rode around, and yeah, you can see some beautiful waterfalls, islands, and within the lagoon that they have created. It's a beautiful family time. Unfortunately, we had to take her to an hospital nearby that afternoon because the eye is so infected. It was so watery, so pinkish, reddish. We were so nervous and took her to an eye hospital to make sure everything was okay. Our initial suspicion was either sand went into her eye during the beach trip or these flowers caused some irritation to her. Doctor actually checked her eyes and said there is no threat for vision, no sand in the eyes. Probably it was caused by the irritation of flowers, air, perfumes around her. Kids are very sensitive. They are prone to all these viruses, bacteria pretty easily, so make sure you have plans ready and prepare for the worst case situations that might happen during the vacation. Fortunately, we got an appointment with the doctor right away to make sure everything was okay. So yeah, so just be prepared for these type of situations. Since her eye got infected, we really wanted to give her plenty of time to rest down and cure her eye. We pretty much stayed in the hotel for the rest of the vacation, and we came here to the beach to see these beautiful fireworks organized by the hotel. It's a great way, great send-off to the customers and travelers coming to the Hawaii, and it's one of the great send-offs that we have seen in our lifetime. So that's all pretty much we had, and we headed back to Seattle the next day, and we're still taking care of her eye. It's still it's still there, and it's still watery sometimes, and hopefully that gets better soon. If you are planning to Hawaii, it's a beautiful place. I would really recommend you guys to take a look at it and have some fun with your family and friends. That's all for this video. Thank you very much for taking time to watch this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we would have more videos coming up soon on this channel, so please subscribe and share, spread the word. Thank you very much, and see you all soon.